Hey, you want to see something really scary?
What's your favorite scary movie?
I'm gonna scare the hell out of you.
What was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
What's blood for, if not for shedding?
Welcome to Fright Night.
Welcome back to Jumpscare. I'm Betty.
And I'm Chad.
This week we're discussing Chum.
Are you ready for your wedding present for Cha-Cha?
Let's go!
That is the attitude!
Grab my hand.
Is it okay?
Oh, you okay? Thank you for saving our lives.
Could have been a lot worse.
Would it be too much trouble to take us back?
It's gonna take a couple hours.
Hey man, I haven't seen an inch of shoreline yet.
Something feels off.
What?
Well, maybe it's time you pull out your GPS, your sonar, or whatever it is you use on a dinghy like this.
I think it's time you take a seat.
Wake up, Sadie. Why us?
That shark? I've been chasing her all over the Pacific.
What's going on? Get me out of here!
Save that breath. I have used all kinds of bait. When they get a taste of human flesh, something changes in them.
You are not gonna get away with this.
We just want to live!
What are we gonna do?
Let's kill this son of a bitch. This is gonna get a little messy.
You can't do this! It is gonna hurt, Captain.
Not as much as this. Who wants to get in the cage next?
Chum, 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 chum.
And when we say chum, we mean the shark food thing, not chum like your buddies. This is not like, hey chum, let's go down to the beach and get eaten by sharks.
So, okay. This came out this year. It stars Alice Eve, who you probably know from Star Trek.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
Into Darkness, yes.
She was Dr. Carol Marcus.
She sure was.
Although this was a much more naked Carol Marcus than I remember from the other movies.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she naked, I guess.
Well, no, she was in like a bikini outfit or whatever. There was her cheesecake shot for Star Trek there. Like, oh, she's just randomly in a bikini in a shuttlecraft.
You know, that's what you have to be sometimes, and that's what you have to be.
You gotta do it when you're the doctor.
You know, you gotta be ready for any kind of emergency, I guess, clothes or no clothes. And she was. She does some crazy stuff in this movie.
This one was directed by Jonathan Zuck. No relation to Zuckerberg. And this was written by quite a few people. I'm guessing this went through a few drafts. It's written by Dick Grunert, Ryan R. Johnson, James Condike, Joe Leone, and Jonathan Zuck, the director. I'm guessing he put a little spin on it after he took over.
Yeah, there's also a lot of producers on this too.
Ooh, there was a lot of producers.
And Alice Eve actually is one of the producers. The star of the movie is one of the producers of the film. So
20. There are 20 producers on this movie. That's a lot.
It is a lot. So it's an 86-minute runtime. I don't think we've ever mentioned runtime in any film we've ever covered.
No, maybe we should start mentioning that all the time because this one was pretty short.
Yeah, we definitely need to add that because we do comment, oh, this movie felt like it was like hours long.
Yeah.
We do make those comments, but we never give specific runtimes. So this movie follows a newlywed couple who right off the bat, they have a destination wedding, and right off the bat, there's, trouble a brew.
Trouble in Paradise.
Yeah, there's Trouble in Paradise. And which gives you kind of like a backstory into their relationship and how that's going to affect and or help them out later on when they get into the situation. I don't know what it was about this year, but I feel like there was a lot of, I mean, obviously summertime, like you're going to get a lot of shark shows and movies, right? There was a lot of like, oh, we're going to put our lives in the hands of someone else, and that person is a psycho and is going to use us to for shark bait. Like, right? Because we had that other movie that came out where the guy was a psycho.
Dangerous Animals.
Dangerous Animals, yes.
Yeah, now that one he was just kidnapping them off the streets, I believe, and bringing them out on the boat and putting them there. This one is a little better in the setup for it.
Well, yes, but the guy that was running the boat did say, I was grabbing derelicts and homeless people off the street.
He may have taken a cue from that other guy.
They're best friends, actually.
They met on, there was a Craigslist ad. Hey, are you tired of being alone while you're out there trying to kill sharks and use people as bait? Well, I'm into this too. Would you like to meet up?
Now, yeah, that's exactly how it went. It was kind of like when C.S. Lewis and Tolkien were
corresponding
and hanging out like in the pub, talking to one another. So yeah, that's exactly how it went down. Now, there is a back story development for the Psycho.
Now, this is what I was going to bring up, because you said last week when we watched Haunted, you were like, oh, anytime a movie starts off and there's a narrator and they're going to be narrating the story, that's going to be a pretty good movie. All those have been pretty good that we've watched. And then this one, he starts off with some narration, and man, he goes for a good 4 minutes narrating the beginning of this movie with his very epic story about what happened to him and his wife. And this is why I was like, I think this might be the one to break your streak there with the narrated movies.
Now, yes, I did state that, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned older movies. However, there is what is known in this, when you look this up, inner monologue for Ron. And Ron's inner monologue at the beginning of the film was a mix of his emotions and poetry. And I feel like when you're adding really long poems, it's not going to work out right. It's going to be bad times. Also, what was the thought? Oh, we have to have a villain, but our villain's going to have heart. So you understand why he takes a turn and becomes a murderer. I know there's no justifying, okay? No. Mind you, yes. And it was kind of like a Moby Dick situation. There was a lot going on in the film.
So, back to the thing. They have their destination wedding. They're having rough times. He sleeps on the beach. She sleeps in the hotel by herself that night. No wedding night for them. The next day, their friends meet up with them and say, hey, we got you a surprise. We're going to take you out on this booze cruise on the water, and we're going to have a really good time.
3-hour catamaran excursion.
Yes, and someone does mention, yeah, just like on Gilligan's Island, and someone says, who's Gilligan?
Yes.
Yeah, I felt really old then.
Yeah. Which is funny, because you weren't alive when Gilligan's Island initially
but I did watch it incessantly in the 80s.
Yes, well, that's
because it was on 4 channels every day.
Yeah, in the 80s, they ran all of those old shows constantly, midday. Well, depending obviously where you were state-wise. But, so yeah, you have the couple, they're going through their things, they end up on this boat.
With her sister and then some of their friends.
And then in that, you find out, in the conversations that she's having with her sister, that she is a lawyer who's going to work for the evil company, right? And the husband is the best person in the world. He can do no wrong. He's volunteering. He's curing AIDS. He's curing cancer. He's out saving whales. He's doing all the things.
He's very upset that she's taking a job for Evil Co.
Exactly. And he can't understand why she would do that, because she's not about that either. But she's like, yeah, but the money though.
I need this money. And then once we make this money, we can do these other things. Which is what everyone always says, but then they always join Evil Co. and they never come back.
And the husband's like, I have plenty of money and you don't ever need to work. And then, of course, that doesn't go well. So
yeah, it never goes over well when you tell the woman, you don't need to have a little hobby as a job. You can just come be your housewife. That never goes over well.
Now, we kind of just ran through the monologue. I did want to state that they do show Ron's, they're out on vacation. There's a montage and they're having the best time. And then, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He goes to the bathroom or he steps out of the camera for a second and she's just left alone.
Oh, he went to go get more wine.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Like you do. And then she gets brutally attacked by a shark. I shouldn't laugh. But it like swooped in and got her. And then what did they show? Was it just like a vagina floating? What
was just a torso floating there.
It was her torso. And he, at that moment, vowed vengeance against this freaking shark. And, then we skip to
Actually, I said torso. It's more like just her lower half, just her legs. It's just her legs. I don't know why I said that. I was thinking of that movie Torso. It's just her legs floating there, just with the rest of her gone. So this shark had a huge bite.
Now, we're not going to go step by step, right? Just overall, there was too much of waiting around, of the constant pull of, we are going to attack. Oh no, we're getting tied up again. We're going to attack again. We're getting tied up again. There was a lot of that back and forth. There were moments, of course, obviously, they can't all wrap it up nice and neat because we won't have a movie, right? Which we say many, many times. But that's just the fact, right?
But I think I said like 3 times during this movie, why are you attacking him one at a time?
Yeah.
There's 4 of you. Mm-hmm. All of you rush him at the same time. While he's fighting with one of you, the other one can bash him over the head with anything that you find on the deck. Even if it's just a basket, hit him with it. It'll distract him. Keep hitting him. Don't stop hitting him.
So including Ron's inner monologue for the beginning and the ending in the film, if we added them just attacking all at once, the movie would have gone from 86 minutes to maybe like 46 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it would have been over. Mind you, 20 of those minutes is just a monologue.
And also, so he comes on them. There's a disaster on their boat. That's kind of an accident. They hit some rocks. The motor starts going. The one woman decides to send off a flare and she drops it into the engine and sinks their boat. And
no one realizes this because at the same time the fucking boat is smoking and going up in flames, there's the shark is attacking the friends in the water, so they're all very distracted.
So the shark eats the captain of that boat, and then they all get picked up by Captain Ron on his boat, and that's when you discover that he's going to drug them and use them for shark bait. But now here's the thing. He uses them as bait, and he's got this like multi-harpoon gun he's firing at the shark.
And he's terrible at it.
He's terrible at it. He can't hit the shark for anything.
No.
And I'm thinking, okay, you lured the shark in. Why didn't you get like a machine gun? That will kill the shark in the water. Why didn't you get a grenade launcher? The shockwave from the grenade will stun the shark, cause it to float up to the top, and then you can shoot it at will.
Amazon could not get it in 3 days.
Throw some electricity into the water, electrocute the shark.
It was a waste of chum.
It was like he wanted to kill the shark, but he wanted to look it in the eye and stab it to death with a penknife when he was doing it.
While he repeated his wife's name over and over again and was like, I want you to know that I'm the one that's going to end you, a poor old man.
Yeah. And it just, There were so many times they could have killed him, and so many times he could have done something else for the shark. And so many times that he was just like, oh, I'm going to shoot. Nope, I'll decide not to shoot.
Yeah.
You have, I'm going to guess, a lot of harpoons on the ship. Just fire. If you hit it, you hit it. If you don't, you don't.
Everyone in the movie makes a dumbass mistake.
Yeah.
Like, mistake after mistake after mistake. And then, just when you're like, oh, this fucking movie, then it becomes an insane action film for a couple of moments. And we see shit we've never seen. And this is why everyone needs to see this movie. Now, you thought, oh no, they're talking bad about the movie. People, they're like, don't watch this movie. You need to go to Amazon Plus, because that's where, I'm sorry, AMC Plus.
Yeah.
Sorry, AM.
Yeah.
AMC Plus, and go see this film just so you can witness the crazy bullshit that occurs
Near the end of this movie. This has one of the craziest scenes I think I've ever seen in anything, and it is a blast.
Yeah, it was worth the monologues.
Now, of course, this movie does of course, their first thing they do is like, oh, we're going to start dipping people in the water to lure the shark in to be the chum. Who should I pick? The white girls? No. The white guys? No. Let's pick the one black girl in the group and let's put her in the water first.
And then,
because not only am I an evil shark murderer and a person murderer, I am a racist too.
But not only that though, not only token, right? So sorry. So besides that, right after the wife tells her friends and the sister, like, oh, we're getting a divorce, like we're gonna get it annulled, our wedding annulled, right?
Yeah.
The black girl goes and hits on the guy. Mind you, they're still married. She just said they're gonna get annulled. They just got married like the day before. It hasn't even been 24 hours since they got married, and she's already hitting on it. So they justify it like, well, she a hoe, so we gotta kill her. Like, she has to go. So I think that by killing her first was like, well, yeah, of course you're gonna kill her first because she just made a move on the husband. So, and the husband was not having it. He was not interested at all because of, obviously, he loves his wife. It's just a conflict of interest on that. So yeah, they do kill this woman, and but then not only, if you really like are watching and paying attention to all the characters in the movie, not only did they make her like, oh no, she's skanky, she's also the reason why they got into this trouble, because it was her dumbass that threw the flare in the fucking engine.
Yeah.
So it was like even more of a reason to kill her first. It was just, they gave you every excuse to be the first one to be killed. They were like, no, she gotta go. And she does. And the shark is not a racist.
The shark is
anything.
He's an equal opportunity predator there.
He sure is.
He also is one of those rare sharks that usually only appears somewhere around, was it Jamaica where Jaws 4 happened? Because he's one of those sharks that roars in the water.
He does roar.
And when he's out of the water, he roars.
He does. Now, it may be due to the climate change, because remember when I said earlier in the podcast that this movie had a whole bunch of different themes and things going on? They also are going to take politics into an environmental politics.
It's because of the climate change put in by various administrations that the sharks are moving towards warmer waters. And now, because of the climate change, the sharks are moving up into the water. And that's why they're so close. That's why there's a great white shark so close to this beach.
Yeah, they checked every box. They checked all the boxes. And yeah, it's just for that one scene, that one or two scenes where it's just like, oh my god, you just don't expect it. That's the thing. It was like a jump scare.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it was. It just wasn't scary. It was just
monotonous,
like insanely fucking shocking. Like, you just never saw anything. It's like when you watch Malignant, which I always call Malignant for the first time. It gets you.
All right, now we're gonna discuss the crazy scene that we're talking about. But if you haven't seen the movie yet, watch the movie and then come back and listen to us, what we have to say about this scene. So 1, 2, 3, we're going to talk about a spoiler from here on out. So, the scene we're talking about. Alice Eve is on the boat with the husband, and the shark jumps up and attacks on the side of the boat, and she just grabs a knife and jumps onto the shark's back and starts just stabbing the shit out of this shark.
Bareback.
She's just on there. Yeah, well, of course, she didn't have time for a saddle.
No, she didn't have time for a saddle, but damn, now there was a lot of times in this movie where, for no random reason, Alice being the actress, she was like, oh, haha, I'm just going to just whip my shirt off. There were a lot of scenes where she didn't need to be taking the shirt off, but she did.
Well, she had a swimsuit on.
She does have a swimsuit on, yes. She's just a bikini. But
she was a one piece.
I don't remember it being a one piece, but fine.
Was.
All I remember there being breasts, but that was just obviously my imagination. That she was in a two-piece. So she jumps on. This is bare thighs, guys, on a fucking shark. Okay, on a shark.
Their skin is unpleasant.
Yeah, it's like sandpaper. So this is like, whoa, right? And she does go to town. It was like she was the queen or whatever, the top cowgirl in like the fucking bull riding.
Yes.
That was her. She was like, my bull riding skills.
Well, wait, didn't they mention in the movie that she rode a mechanical bull at some point?
Oh, damn, I think they did set that shit up. I think they did.
They did mention that she rode the mechanical bull. I forgot about that. They did, when you said that, I was like, yeah, they did mention that she rode the mechanical bull.
She did, and we did not see that shit coming, because you don't think, oh, she's going to jump in the shark. Now, let's go back to the shark. The shark, he is a cheeky bitch, okay? Because the shark literally, like, when we say it jumps on, it did jump, like, half of the body of the shark is on the ship, okay? On the edge of the ship. He's just like, boom, lands on top of that motherfucker to get somebody.
He also grabbed a guy by the ass and pulled him off into the water.
He sure did.
I've never seen that before either. The shark just literally jumped up, took his teeth, and just bit that guy on the ass and pulled him in the water. I was like, holy shit.
That shark was doing some wild things.
Yeah, and the shark was a mix of just real shark footage underwater and CGI shark.
Ooh, you could tell the CGI shark.
Maybe I'm going to guess like a practical shark for the one she jumped on. Or maybe it was just a green thing and they added the shark in later. It was hard to tell. But
it was Doug Jones.
I was so distracted.
He was the shark.
I was so distracted when she just jumped on the shark. I couldn't even recognize, like was it a CGI shark? Was it a practical shark? I don't know. But whatever it was, when she jumped on that thing, it was wild.
She stabbed that. She stabbed it so many times.
And then everyone's just like, fuck. Like, everybody on the boat was like, God damn, I did not see that coming. Like, yeah, I bet not. Because I sure didn't. And I've watched a lot of shark movies. And I've never seen anyone jump on the back of the shark and just start stabbing it.
So, yeah, it's definitely worth that one scene. That whole action scene, like, the whole craziness of the shark and everyone trying to, like, because there's two villains in the film. You have Psycho Shark, right? And then you have Ron. And then you have the internal struggles of not only the sister-sister relationship that's troubled. Then you have the husband-wife, But let me tell you, because we're in spoiler mode, there is a moment where the husband gets thrown overboard and he's done. Like, he's hand-tied and you're like, he just goes and just disappears into the fucking ocean. The woman cries for what seems like maybe like 2 seconds. Like, oh, my husband's dead. She gets over real quick because I was like, she knows they're still married. There's no paper of annulment. So cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. She's getting all that cash. Like, she's getting the money as the wife. So she has really nothing to be crying about because she's just happy. Because, those tears just really faded. Now, maybe it was because she was like, I got to survive this. I
got to get my shit together and get me and my sister out of this nonsense.
I can't be here crying over my husband. There's nothing I could do about it. He's dead. Like, I tried my best, but it wasn't good enough. But yeah, he comes back. Let me tell you, you don't expect, because you see him, he's
knocked unconscious, and like you do when you're knocked unconscious, you float face up in the water. Just you go under the water, then you pop up somewhere else, face up. You just float on your back with your hands tied. You just float like that.
Yeah, no, I don't know. And then not only that, he literally was floating around where all of these shark murderers were happening. All the other people.
There was blood in the water everywhere.
So much blood in the water. Body parts are flying, meat. How did he go unscathed? Like, there was no...
Maybe he was just so still that the shark was like, well, that's obviously something I don't want to eat, and just went on about his life.
Maybe that's what it was. I mean, there's no, like, explanation why he survived. In so many forms. Only to obviously be the person that saves the day. And it went from, like, him saving the day to the wife saving the day. It was like, oh, you thought this was going to be your typical movie where the man's going to save everybody? No, bitch. We have a fucking bull riding, one-piece, bikini lady wearing chick that's going to jump on top of...
There's no such thing as a one-piece bikini.
One piece. I'm calling it a one-piece bikini because it was a bikini in my mind. Okay. It was a one-piece in your mind. One-piece bathing suit lady jumping on top of a shark, stabbing the shit out of it, Michael Myers style. Like, damn.
Yeah, so, Chum, yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. It's, like you said, it's only 86 minutes, so it's not going to take up a lot of your time. But it is a blast to watch. I'm not going to say it's the greatest movie, but it's a blast.
Yeah, you know, I feel like this movie would have been, like, 5 times better if I was just, like, drinking the whole time, right?
This would be a good party movie.
Yes, drinking with your friends. Maybe you do like a game where like every time you see blood in the water, someone takes a shot. You know, one of those really terrible things that are going to be so obviously happening every 5 seconds that people just get drunk like super fast. And then you watch the rest of the movie just like screaming and going crazy watching the film.
And to make sure that you didn't have any sympathy at all for Ron, he was like, yeah, I tried luring the shark in with other things. I used chunks of meat. I used cats and dogs.
Oh, yeah.
I used derelicts and drifters. Like, wait, what? Do you really think you put a cat in a cage, you was going to draw a great white shark in?
That was like, first of all, just a ridiculous murder for the cats and dogs, because that was barely a fucking snack. That was barely an appetizer for the fucking shark. Like, that was no... You know, that was just not worth it. But I will say for animal lovers, they do not show that.
Yeah, luckily they don't show that.
So it is mentioned. So if you're someone that's very sensitive where you can't even hear it, this is not the film for you.
Yeah, but it is off screen, so at least there's that much. We didn't have to see Fluffy go in the water and get eaten by the shark.
Yeah, oh no, not Fluffy.
Yeah, they're always named Fluffy.
Or any homeless people.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, no, we did see the rich, you know, people get eaten by the shark.
And that's fine.
You know, almost everyone died. And this is when you know, like, everyone's expendable. Like, okay, we're going to have a party of, like, these are, like, the groomsmen and the bridesmaids or whatever. We're going to have all these people. And it's just like, yeah, we know husband probably going to survive. Sister going to survive. Everybody else is going to die. Like, everyone else is just chum.
I get it.
Get it? Get what I did there? I give this film 1.5 chums.
1.5 buckets.
1.5 buckets of chum.
I'm going to give it 1.5 knives that you stab a shark with on the back.
Damn.
But that said, it is, I'm not, like I said, it's not a great movie, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah. It is fun. When you maybe skip the whole, like, I don't know, 15 minutes of the movie, just fast forward.
Yeah, all you really need to see is once they go on the boat catches on fire, go from there.
When you see the boat is on fire and it doesn't look like the boat they were on, it's a completely different boat.
Yeah, for a while, and then when the boat goes to sink, it's a different boat sinking.
Yeah, that's when you start watching. That's when
things get good.
That's how you know. You're like, I don't know, that boat kind of looked like it changed. This is when I start watching the film. That's your point.
It's like someone told me one time about that Liam Neeson movie Taken. They were like, Why did we have the 20 minutes of build-up before he got the phone call? We should have just started the movie with the phone call from his daughter saying they're kidnapping me. It's like nothing in that first 20 minutes paid off later in the movie. Why was that even in there?
It was the daughter, father character development.
It was, but I think we got that from the phone call.
You're like, if he's going out of his way to save his daughter, he must really love her.
Yeah. Yeah, so all we need to do is just pick up right there.
All right, well, thank you so much for going on this crazy chum ride with us. Stay tuned to the horror.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.